Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I am back with a new episode of the Horizons Author Lounge. Now, can we just have a quick conversation? That video you just saw is just everything. So, if you've been following Meet the World Image Solutions for a while, you know about the Black History Month Literary Weekend. And I'm so excited to announce that it will be back for its 9th year right here in the DMV, and I hope that you guys will be a part of it. Tickets go on sale December 1st, and I'm telling you, it's going to be nothing short of amazing. You might have seen the special guests that we're going to have. Narlena Kai, she is a USA Today best-selling author, and then we're also going to have Dr. Regina Jennings, who is a true blue member of the Black Panther Party, and I'm telling you, she is a Black Panther, and she's going to be visiting us to talk about her experiences with being a part of the Black Panther Party. So you don't want to miss this. This is going to be, like I said, absolutely amazing. But in the meantime, and I'll tell you more about it later on, but in the meantime, we have an exciting show tonight, and we have two amazing guests that I'm looking forward to talking with. The first one is Miss Cornita Cole, who was actually introduced to me by someone who was a part of the Black History Month Literary Weekend last year. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring to the stage Miss Cornita Cole. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Dr. Rhonda. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's so good to see you. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad I had the introduction. I was tagged and I was like, okay, this is it.
Yes, I remember that. I was like, okay, we only have a few slots left. And
Yep.
then you were one of the people who were tagged and you didn't waste any time. I was like, oh, okay, she's in there.
Yep. Thanks for
So thank
having
you
me.
for that. I'm really happy to have you. So tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm a Washingtonian. I don't know if you're from this area.
I'm from New
Um,
Orleans, but
okay.
I mean I live here. I live
Yeah.
in I live in Accokeek, Maryland. But
Okay.
yeah,
I'm familiar with the
oh,
area.
okay. Not a lot of people are. Some people be like, what is Accokeek? Where is that? But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I'm
Right
like,
past
well, I've heard of
Waldorf.
Waldorf.
Yes. 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 So I say born and raised in a Washingtonian because a lot of times we don't find a lot of people that are from here these days. So sometimes I just
Hodgepodge.
say it. Yeah, when I provide the history, the schools that I went to, sometimes some people can relate and be like, oh yeah, I went to that high school or junior high school. So I'm
Mm,
local. I lived in New York for a while. I lived in New York for like 12 years after college, and then I
okay.
decided to come back and my background has been in commercial real estate for 16 years. And I just
Nice.
recently kind of semi retired and started focusing on writing. So just wanted to kind of see how that's been going for the last 2 years. I've been writing. My first book I published 2 years ago.
Nice.
But over the last 6 months, been trying to figure it out, right? How can I
Hmm.
expand the project and just get in front of more people. So that's kind of where I am now.
I see. So, when you started writing, what was your goal with wanting to write?
For me, it was kind of I was really focused on writing something else, a book around the ego and psychology, which I didn't have any experience in. But right after that, my daughter got ill of kidney disease, and
Mm.
I'm a kidney donor, so I was kind of dealing with that. And then within the same year, my partner of 14 years had colon cancer, and he's since passed away. So for
Oh
me, it was a
wow.
lot on me, and actually, it was him that said, if you can't write the other book, just try a children's book first. This was like kind of before he got sick. So
Okay.
I kind of moved into writing the children's book, expressing myself. And the first book is A New Kidney for Mom, which is dedicated to my daughter, her husband, and my granddaughter because they were so resilient throughout the entire process of, just dealing with the situation. So
Right.
they were
I
able to get
really
through it.
admire people who can write children's books and write
Mhm.
about such, well, what could be a heavy topic. And you're able to do it in a way where children can understand. So, can you talk a bit about that process? How were you able to break such what could be a scary concept
Yeah.
down to where the average child could understand it
I
and
know
appreciate it?
it's definitely a thin line because the children's book series is titled Medical Tales for Small People,
Yes.
and anything medical sounds, like you're saying, very over the top and just intimidating. But my goal in communicating and, it's more about the visuals in the book, and also it's a story talking about family. So it's not just about, okay, this is a disease, or also talk about this is the part of the body, but I'm also explaining social connectivity and communication
Yes.
in the books, like how the parents or the grandparents responding to these things, and giving the kids an opportunity to problem solve in the book as well, with great colors, great animations. And I've been very fortunate to actually have all of my books are blessed with medical professionals. So
Okay.
I'm kind of on that to get the retention, and so people can know, like, this is serious, right?
Right.
And
Right.
these individuals, oncologists or nephrologists and therapists that are backing my books and, signing off on it are saying, hey, this is needed. So great job.
Wonderful. Now, how many books are in the series right now?
4. And
Wonderful.
yeah, they're all self-published by the Stanley Group, which is my
Okay.
company. And just 4. I did my recent one, Cece's birthday, on my birthday. So that was kind of dedicated to me. And I focus on that book more on animation because the organs are characters,
Okay.
because the direction I'm trying to get into is TV and cartoon.
Do you
So
have copies of the books with you so we can see the covers?
yeah, let's see. This is Cece's birthday party. So this is all about the human body. So you have the brain, the kidneys, and the colon. So really, they're at a birthday party with Cece, and she goes outside to play, and she's just her imagination is taking control, basically, and she's finding these different parts of the body in the garden,
Okay.
and she's communicating to those individuals, and they're telling Cece that they have issues, and she's like, oh, I think I know, oh, I think I've read about that issue. You have a headache, maybe you need some more water. How did you eat, with the kidneys, with the brain, maybe you need to calm down, too much stress. So really just about communicating. And this one is Am I Too Young? Uh, about the colon cancer. This is dedicated
Okay.
to my partner. And this one basically is about grief. So these kids are really, really trying to figure out how to deal with it. And they're doing such a great job with sharing information
Hmm.
and using different terms like, oh, my parents had death or die or bereavement. So back to it's all a conversation
Right.
with the books. And this one is about cancer. Grandpa isn't feeling well, so he's going to the doctor. But also we're sharing, like, okay, this is the colon. These are different parts of the body that the doctor's communicating, to the kids, and the kids are communicating back. They're asking questions like, oh, how does that part of the body work? And what can we do for grandpa? Can we help him eat better now?
Oh,
So
wow. Oh,
that's
so
what it's
that's great. So
interactive.
it actually kind of helps the kids to feel like they are an active participant in their relatives' healing and
Yes.
it's making them comfortable. That's wonderful.
Yes. And that's the purpose, because we just want to have the conversations and
Mhm.
through the expansion of medical tales for small people, I want to create the resilience, knowledge, and having kids learn how to problem solve. In order for them to do that, they have to understand what's going on and be able to
Right.
communicate with the family. So that's what
Now
we are
the
there.
your website, is it Medical Tales for People or Medical Tales for Small People?
Medical tales for small people.
Okay, so okay, I think we got Medical Tales for People, so we need to correct that then.
Oh, yes. Medical tales for smallpeople.com. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and fix that and
Okay.
get it up on the screen.
Thank you.
Because we want people to support these books. Where can people
Yes.
find them?
We do. So the website, but also I've been very active in going to local libraries. So we're now in the Martin Luther King Library, which that used to be one of my favorite libraries when I was young. So I'm in libraries in PG County, Calvert County. All of the books are on the Amazon platform, Barnes and Noble platform, Walmart. So because I don't, you may be more familiar, a lot of people may not be, but when you self-publish, you have the opportunity, depending on who you self-publish through, you still need a
Right.
platform that your book is, available in multiple distribution sites. So that's kind of where we are.
I think we're having a little bit of a issue with your title. Let me see. It's Medical Tales for Small People.
.com. Yep.
Yes, medical.
Medical tales for small people. There
No,
we
we
go.
forgot the R.
Medical tales for. Oh,
That's okay. We gonna make it work. We gonna make it
yeah.
work.
Patience. Patience is key.
Yes, medical tales for small
Small
people.
people. Yes. Yes. Hmm.
All right, so we got it up there now.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and put it on the screen. There we
Got it.
go.
See it.
So yeah, medical tales for small people. Now, have you had the opportunity to maybe go to some schools or to youth organizations to read your books?
I have through relationships. So I've been very fortunate for people reaching out to me, either, college mates or just associates, and say, hey, you know, are you interested in reading? So with my reading at schools, I kind of expanded. So it's not just a book, so it's more of an activity. So I
Okay,
have toys, like I have the operation game. So I have like toys and things that they can build upon. I have plush dolls, like of the different organs. So it's more of an activity, and then a reading,
right,
and then I have questions. So I want it interactive, because the kids gravitate definitely to the books, but while you're there, they don't feel like reading, right? So if I
right.
have active things there, they pretty much kind of pick up, and then I start conversations with them where, they're at the table or however I'm displaying, and then I'll go speak about it and ask kids questions if they've experienced anything. And kids, you'll be surprised, like, yeah, I know you can live with one kidney. Like, you'll be surprised, like a lot of kids understand a lot of
Yeah,
things.
one cool thing about kids is if they know something, they are proud to let you know they know it.
Yes, yes, and I love that, right? We gotta give them the opportunity to do that and expand their knowledge, so
Absolutely,
mhm,
absolutely. So, now you mentioned that you've had people in the medical profession who have kind of signed off on the books, kind of given their thumbs up to it. How did you
mhm.
approach them? Did you just have them read it, or
Um, Actually, the first, one when I did the first book, which was I'm sorry, which was, A New Kidney for Mom. That was
okay?
my baby. I was following this, Black nephrologist, female nephrologist on Instagram. And I was just following her, and I was like, I would love, and she has her own kind of mobile retinal company. And I was like, I
Hmm.
would love to do something with you. And she was like, yeah, we're figuring it out. But I didn't know what it was, because at that time I really wasn't even I didn't even start the project yet.
Right.
And then once I started the project, I pinged her and I was like, I got it. And then I sent her a confidentiality agreement and sent her the script, I mean, the book, and see if she liked it. And she agreed and she wrote the forward and kind of went from there. And then the book around cancer, I reached out to my partner's oncologist, did the same thing with him. He was like, I'll be happy to do it. So, once people saw it, then I would show them what I've done previously,
Right.
and through relationships, really. So I've just been fortunate enough to do that and not be
Well,
intimidated because I'm like,
yeah, and you've been meeting the right people at the right times. Because if I remember correctly, you said that you were actually in the real estate. You have a real estate background.
yes, commercial real estate. So I worked at my company for 16 years.
Wow.
So I've always had a entrepreneurial bug, though. Always kind of, we all kind of have multiple resources. So I've always kind of had that bug.
And
But I was
nothing
just
wrong
like
with
burnt
that.
out. Yeah, I just felt like I just need a break, just a break, just a, you
So do
know.
you think children's books is where you're going to stay, or do you think you might want to expand to some other types of writing?
So I'm going to expand because my first book, remember, wasn't a children's book. It
Right,
was around
right.
the so I still have that one, which is interesting because I just started. I did an anthropology project, and a chapter in that book is my book. It's just a summary, so I kind of introduced it already. I just haven't
Okay.
gotten back to it. But yeah, I think
But
I'll expand.
yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, because you have so many different niches all all inside of you. You could actually touch on a lot of different spaces.
I want to, I just want the opportunity to whatever I have inside of me and however I can help. That's what I want to do. So,
Right.
you
And I
know,
also like the fact that you took a family tragedy and you made it a platform to spread awareness. And this could have easily been a memoir, but you decided to touch on kids.
mhm,
Helping kids at a young age understand these things.
I didn't even think about the memoir. I didn't even-
Well, maybe I just gave you an idea.
I know. I just knew that I was stressed out, and I was like, if I'm stressed out and can't deal with this, how in the world, if I'm intimidated to communicate and get help,
Mhm.
how in the world are kids doing that? And this is kind of where Care Up, my project around caregiving, came in because that was a hard time when I had to go through it with my partner, and I still have not released all of it as of yet. It's been 2 years, and I still haven't really. I don't even shared it all yet because it was so overwhelming and went by relatively quick. And you just have to jump in, you have to do what you have to do. And it's very exhausting, it's heartbreaking, it's
Yes, I'm sure.
threatening, it's challenging, you know. So I definitely want to tap and help individuals there. I think that's my piece around the mental health coaching that just recently tapping into.
Wow. Yeah, so I want to thank you for sharing your story. Like I said, you took this and made it into a platform, and now you're able to affect so many different young people who are going to grow up with a better understanding of what's going on around them. So,
Mhm.
for those of you who have just joined us, we are talking with author Cornita Cole. She is the author of a children's book series called Medical Tales for Small People, and it helps young people. What would you say the age range is for your books?
It is 3 to 8.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, so she's helping young people to understand um would you say illnesses?
It's more social, and I've broadened it to social and emotional learning,
Okay.
because it's more than that. Because what I've done is when I go to the schools, I think I gave you an example, I expand the communication around how to communicate and support the kids. So in the programs, kind of make them creative. We have discussions, problem solving, and just be able to, it's knowledge, problem solving and leadership, because you get to understand and know how to adapt to these medical changes,
Right, right.
right? So, and a lot of times we don't because the parents don't know how to either. So if the kids are understanding, like, oh, okay, mama, understand you're not feeling well. So maybe I'll be a little more, I won't be as mischievous right now. You know what I mean? Because I know you're tired because
Right.
the
I
mother's
know
saying,
mom needs rest, so I'm just gonna be
right,
quiet and watch cartoons or read a book
yeah,
or
yeah, I'm
something.
gonna this illness or this particular situation or this stress at work or anything that it is, it's affecting me. It's just that mommy needs to do X, Y, and Z. Rest for a minute or give me 10 minutes. We have to communicate so they can understand.
No, when you go and read the books to the kids, do you find them asking a lot of questions, maybe wanting to learn more about whatever this condition is that you're touching on in a specific book?
They don't ask, they ask more about the parts of the body versus the condition or the disease. I think
Okay.
because that part may be overwhelming. So that's why, for an example, in every book, I usually take a picture and show them the part of the body because I think they're more attracted to that, how that functions, more than the disease, especially at this age.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're hear you say it, you still have to communicate the disease or the condition, but they gravitate more to that part of the body. How does it function? Because they can relate because that's also in their body. So
So what's next for you?
next is I'm working on getting this pilot in these schools. So the program, the medical tales for small people, I'm trying to get the program into
That would be
schools.
wonderful.
Yeah, I have a pilot out right now in Minneapolis. I don't know. Don't ask me why it's all the way in Minneapolis and I'm
I'm
in
about to say
Maryland.
Minneapolis.
Because I relationships. I went
Yes.
somewhere. It was a relationship, and I pitched it, and they didn't. This young lady has an independent school. She has two of them, and she loved it because we kind of align on the same focus of social and emotional support with kids. And
Hmm.
if it goes there, then I can have leverage to learn, and I can use that as my incubator
Makes
and kind
sense.
of go from there. So programming,
Well, you have to go where God sends you, and God sent you to Minneapolis. And you can't just you just can't say I'm not going to Minneapolis. That's
I
not in
know,
DC. That's
yeah,
not in Maryland.
yeah. But then I found one of my friends always say local people sometimes don't appreciate
They
what
don't.
you have,
Yeah,
and it's
because you're
unfortunate.
still the home person. I mean, if you think about it, if you read the Bible, when Jesus went to his hometown, they were like, "Isn't this Joseph's son? And isn't his dad a carpenter? What good comes out of
Mhm,
him?" That's the way they were talking. Or
mhm.
what good comes out of Nazareth? They
Yeah,
didn't appreciate who he was. So he
exactly.
had to leave just so people could hear his word. So
Same thing.
maybe
I'm
that,
going to Hollywood. I'll be back. So,
yep, yep, there you go. Now, speaking of Hollywood, didn't you also mention at the top of the show that you wanted to make this into a cartoon as well?
yes. So I'm also that's 20. That'll be for Q1 2025. So I
Okay.
haven't um I haven't come up with a name or anything yet, so I haven't even posted anything yet. I'm just playing around with a few things because it could go so many different ways.
Yes.
And I'm trying to stay away from infringement at the same time because a lot of things are very similar nowadays. So I'm just trying to find my niche, like I did with the book.
Hmm.
It may be, and that's why I kind of did that last book, Cece's birthday party, with the organs and animation because I want to think outside the box and be
Yeah,
creative. So we're definitely going in that direction.
totally makes sense. Oh,
Mhm.
over on Instagram, Mark Bosiger, when we were talking about sometimes not being appreciated in your own town, he said that's how he feels about Atlanta when it comes to his books sometimes.
See? Yeah, it's so we just have to do it, and then you come back and say, "Yeah, I've been X, Y." They're like, "Why did you do it?" Because I have one of my a coordinator that works with me. She's on the educational side, so she's
Mhm.
the education coordinator, and she's like, "Minneapolis? Why?" And I said, "Girl, we got to go where they want us." And I was like, "I'll figure it out later."
Mhm.
We just have to
You
figure
know,
it out later.
it's funny if you watch the documentary of Master P. Um, people in New Orleans who are really from New Orleans, they will laugh and say that They didn't appreciate Master P when he first started. You know, he was trying to sell his CD. Well, I don't think there were CDs at the time, but he was trying to sell his music out of his car, and they said they weren't having it. They were just throwing the music like, I don't want this, I don't want this.
See?
He goes to LA and becomes a superstar.
Yeah. People
And now
appreciate
we
you more.
claiming him.
You're a superstar somewhere else. You know, here we're just regular in your town. In your town, everyone knows you. That's your family. They're like, okay.
I would tell you, New Orleans is bad about that. You know, we'll use the mess out of you, but you know, we don't see you as a real superstar unless you made it somewhere else. The
I
first time
know.
I saw some bounce music being sold in Texas, it's like, oh, it got big now.
See? Now you want to jump on the wagon. Oh
Right.
God. That's how you people are.
I love my city. I like the kid. I don't let anybody else talk about my city,
I
but I'm gonna
know.
talk about my city. Just
Exactly.
like, our football coach got fired today, but we're not letting
Oh,
anybody else talk about the Saints. Let us do that.
exactly. You're like, leave us alone. We got this.
Exactly. Well,
Mm,
it
mm,
is
mm.
7:26. Can you show us your books one more time?
Yes, I will. I appreciate that. This is Cece's birthday party, all about the human body with the animated characters of the brain, the kidneys, and the colon.
Your covers are beautiful, by the way. Did you find
Thank you.
somebody locally to do your illustrations?
So no, my illustrator is I got them through Upwork. So you got to
Upward.
use it. Yeah, Upwork.
Yes.
Yep. This is grandpa isn't feeling well around cancer.
Hmm.
This is Am I Too Young? Grief. And I have to show you the one about kidneys. That's the first one. I don't know why I didn't have it there. So this is a this is my daughter this way,
Oh,
my grandbaby and her husband. So
yeah,
this
that's
was
the
the first
first
book
book you mentioned when we started the interview, and it's the last book you're showing me.
because I had it on. Oh, that's why I said I had it on the side. Exactly. So this is my pride and joy.
Love it. Love it. Now, when you get invited to places, do they ask you which book to bring, or do you just kind of choose it based on where you're going?
You know, I take them all, and unless I know in advance what it is. So that's similar to the libraries. I take all my books and I say, how do I get them in the library? And they'll look and say, well, we want to focus more on this. So sometimes I don't know. So I just take them all.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I
I
take
love
them all.
what you're doing, by the way. I mean, the fact
Thank
that
you.
you're a new author and you're really getting your books out there. You're getting them into the libraries. You're getting them into the schools. And a lot of times, new authors don't know how to tread that ground. So that
Mhm.
goes to show. It goes to show a lot about you and the tenacity that you have for getting your book out there. What
Thank
is it that
you.
keeps you going?
Um, this is my purpose. I think about this all day and every day. So, and I know I just have to give back. And the expansion of it all is beyond books. Even though I started out as an author, now Medical Tales is a brand. So it's an expansion of
Mhm.
educational program with social emotional learning, care up to support medical tales for seniors, and me tapping into that mental health coaching lane, just overall mental support. Like I don't know what else to do.
Oh no, you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the right thing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. So
Oh no, I
um,
appreciate you coming on the show. I know this is our first time actually meeting. I hope it
yes,
won't be the last time that we talk.
exactly. Yep,
Yeah.
it will not be.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
anytime you want to come back to the author lounge, just say the word.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, and Mark Bosajor said your illustrations on your covers look great.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark is a longtime supporter of the Horizons Author Lounge, and he's actually going to be here in February for the Black History Month Literary Weekend.
Okay, and you guys are going to say you guys selling tickets and stuff for that, right?
Right. The ticket sales start on December 1st. Thank you for plugging, girl. Thank
You
you.
know, I know you got some things going on. You got some things going on too. Cruise. I've been watching
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Hmm.
So we have the Meet the World Writers Cruise, which will
Yeah.
take place August 29th. We're leaving from Miami and we're going to the Dominican Republic and we're going to the Bahamas. And so that's happening in August. In February is the Black History Month Literary Weekend, February 20th through the 22nd. And right now we're about to go into the second phase of the For the Culture Book Awards. So we're going to be awarding a fiction author $1,000 prize.
Wow,
So
nice.
yes. Because I don't think we always celebrate our fiction authors as much as we should.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's good. That's a great highlight.
Yeah. And it looks like our second guest is running a little late. So
Okay.
let's just continue to talk, girl.
Okay, not a problem. Give me 1 second and plug in because I think I'm losing my
Oh, I
battery.
hate when that happens. I have to keep my computer plugged in at all times because
I know.
it will die.
I'm like, how did that happen? Okay.
Jacqueline Cox says she entering the contest. Okay. We're gonna talk.
There we go. There we go.
Well, while we're talking about that, we were just talking about the cruise. I'm going to take a quick little break so you can see the promo for the cruise. So,
Okay.
Samuel, if you can go ahead and hit the promo for the cruise so everybody can see it, and then we'll be right back.
Awesome.
Hey, girl, let's talk about those flaky friends for a second. You know the ones. They promise to hang out, then cancel at the last minute. Over it? Same. Imagine this instead. The Meet the World Writers Cruise, setting sail August 29th, 2025 from Miami. New faces, good vibes, and no one flaking on you. It's just you, a group of ambitious, like-minded writers, and some well-deserved fun in the sun. And here's the kicker. Only 30 cabins and the first 15 signups get a $200 discount. Why wait around for those friends to come through? Make new ones. Write your story and have the time of your life. Now is the time to write your future bestseller. Did you say illnesses?
It's more social and
it helps. Was that you, Cornita?
Yep. No, I was on mute. I was on mute.
I
Did
don't
you
know
hear
what
it?
happened.
I don't know.
I heard some sound or something, but that's
Oh,
okay.
you may have. Oh, yeah, because once I took it off of mute, probably.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
But yeah, that was the Meet the World Writers Cruise for anybody who was wondering what we were talking about. So if you'd like more information on the cruise, the website is right on the screen. Just go to my website, www.mtwimagesolutions.com/cruise. Now we've been getting a lot of people who are interested. And they're like, "Oh, tell me more about it. I want my spot." I'm gonna need y'all to make your deposits, okay? These cruises are not free.
You have to confirm, please.
Yeah, people be messaging me saying they want to hear about it, they want to go. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to make a deposit so we can make this cruise happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've been around a long time, and you know how people get interested in something and they want to do it, but then they wait till the last minute, and then the person who's promoting it can't do all of the really cool extra things that they really want to do because they don't get the tickets sold into the last minute. I'm trying to offer something amazing for everybody who's involved with Meet the World Image Solutions, and now you're part of the Meet the World family, so I want things to be amazing for you as well.
Yes, and I appreciate that. Yeah, get
No
your ticket, confirm.
You better tell them, tell the
Have a
people.
nice time, a great time. Great resources, networking.
Yes.
All of those great things.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to have connected with you because we do have a number of children's authors who are going to be here for the Black History Month Literary Weekend, and I would love for you guys to link up. Like for instance, Derek Jacoby Washington. Have you met him yet?
I have not, but his name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a children's author as well, and he actually wrote his first book, Son You Matter. For his nephews. He doesn't even have kids. He wrote it for his nephew, and then he wrote another one, A Special Little Girl, for his niece. I was like, you wrote these books and you don't even have kids. He's
He
like,
loved
no,
those kids. That's his experience with the children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I really admire children's authors when you choose a platform and then you go for it, and then you're touching on such serious subjects, but you're being able to break them down in such a way to where children can understand and actually learn from it. To me, that I think is beautiful. So that's why I was asking if this was a space that you planned on staying in.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stay in it. We're going to expand it. We're going to get more into, as I mentioned, entertainment, and animations. And currently, I've just recently in the past 2 years been working on kind of the entertainment industry, um,
Mm,
with a movie. So as a assistant director, executive producer. So I'm kind of
really?
inching my way into it, but these are with real people. So, but it still gives me the opportunity to, um, learn, right? Because I'm assuming that even in animation, you still have to have a storyline. You still have to have a team because I need the creator. I still
Yes.
need, writer support. So it's still managing a production. It's just with a different genre. So I'm looking
Oh,
forward to that challenge.
are you able to talk about the movie yet, or is it still a little early in the process?
No, the movie project, one of the movie projects, they have it, they've been entertaining it on Instagram. One is a suspense entitled. It's not out yet. They're working on the editing, etc. So that's not
Okay.
even out yet. That's like a suspense film, black writer, producer, and cinematographer. So I was actually that was my first project, and I was the prop manager. And I'm like, what is a props manager? So I was kind of
But
called
you
in
know
to
what,
do that.
Cornita? My second
Mhm.
guest is actually calling me right now. Wait,
Okay.
so um I'm gonna go ahead and replay the Black History Month event while I see what's going on here.
Okay.
Hey girl, let's talk about those flaky friends for a second. You know the ones. They promise to hang out, then cancel at the last minute. Over it? Same. Imagine this instead. The Meet the World Writers Cruise, setting sail August 29th, 2025 from Miami. New faces, good vibes, and no one flaking on you. It's just you, a group of ambitious, like-minded writers, and some well-deserved fun in the sun. And here's the kicker. Only 30 cabins and the first 15 signups get a $200 discount. Why wait around for those friends to come through? Make new ones. Write your story and have the time of your life. Now is the time to write your future bestseller. Okay, we're working on getting Mr. Otis into the chat. Mr. Otis, did you get? I just resent you the link.
Did you know your love for books could change lives? The For the Culture Book Awards isn't just any book contest. It's a celebration of diverse authors who create captivating stories that uplift African American culture. But here's the real magic. All proceeds from this amazing contest go straight to the Meet the World Image Solutions essay and scholarship programs. Yup, you heard that right. Every submitted book doesn't just uplift an author. It supports students who need a helping hand with their education. It's a win-win. Imagine the joy of knowing your book could help fund scholarships for talented young minds. It's about giving back to the community and opening doors for the next generation of writers, thinkers, and leaders. Submit your recently published fiction novel, spread the word, and let's make a difference together. Let's turn the page to a brighter future, one book at a time.
Okay. All right. We're like we're live. Did you find it? Hey girl, let's talk about those flaky friends for. Okay. Okay. So I think we're having some technical difficulties getting Mr. Otis in. But let's see. Hey Cornita.
Hello.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, he was having trouble getting into the studio. Are you there? Oh, here he is. Here he is. Okay, so now he just needs to connect this camera. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Cornita, while we get this resolved.
Yes, I wasn't sure if I needed to drop while you did the second author. I didn't know how you had
Well,
it.
normally, yeah, you would drop when the second author comes on, but since we're having a little bit of an issue getting them on, I just figured you could hang out with us.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It looks like they're having trouble connecting. So I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, can you do it from your phone, Mr. Otis? Okay. Well, anyway, so what else is going on with you, girl?
Right, take up a little bit of time to get his technology together.
Right.
I think I was saying a little bit about the projects is
Yeah,
the
you were
movie
talking about the movie
production.
projects.
Yeah, and then I think the opportunity to do them is just opening up the doors for me to get ready for the children's book stuff. So just kind of learning, how productions run, running leading teams and directing. So using that experience to help me with my project.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
I think that's pretty cool. I know you probably know the right people doing it.
Listen, I don't know anyone in animation, so that's been the difficult.
So you've been kind of learning as you go along then.
Yeah, and I don't want to be an animator, So I'm like 5 minutes from trying to create my own 2D animations, which I think
Mm,
is possible. Um, I really don't want to do it. I want to find the right resource. I haven't found the right resources yet. So the time isn't now. I guess by the time I get, the story and the pitch,
right.
maybe, by that
Well,
time I'll find someone.
the good part is that you're on your own timeline. I mean, I have a movie that the script is already written.
Oh,
I
uh-huh.
have the actors in mind already. I just have to get it into the right hands.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I could rush the process and then put it into the wrong hands, or I
Mhm,
can take my time, do it right, and get it into the correct hands. And so
mhm.
that's what I'm trying to do, because I probably could have had the book or the movie
Project.
done years ago.
Yeah. Well, let
But,
me know because I know 3 different outfits that I'm working with right now. That that's what I'm doing. I have 3 projects, movie projects. The first part of 2025, I'll be executive producer on one,
that's amazing.
production manager on another.
Mhm.
So, there's some resources for you.
Okay. Well, we might have to talk after this.
I know. From books to movies.
Right.
I mean, they go hand in hand. I mean, what do we think all of these movies on Netflix and Hulu and these big
Yeah, they're turning
blockbusters,
a lot
they're
of books.
books.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
turning a lot of books into movies now, which is good. There's so much content out there that we really
Mhm.
don't have to repurpose movies anymore. We can just
No.
take many of these books and turn them into movies.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
So, while we reinventing the wheel, we don't have to.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not gonna make you hang here for the whole hour. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this fixed. We're probably gonna go ahead and end the show, and I may have to help Mr. Otis work on
Yeah.
yeah, well, we're gonna help him work on the technology. We'll just get him on the show for a different evening. But I want to thank you, like I
Okay.
said, for hanging out with me.
Yes, no problem.
Absolutely.
Great meeting you. Great talking, everything.
Absolutely. I really enjoyed talking and meeting you as well. Like I said, this doesn't have to be the last time.
Yes, it will not be.
All right. Well, you take care. We're going to go
Thank
ahead
you.
and end the show this evening, but make sure that you join me tomorrow night for Black Authors Matter TV,
Okay.
right on the National Black Book Festival Facebook page. And
Okay.
then we will meet again next Monday, where we're going to meet 2 more amazing authors. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys have a wonderful evening. God bless you, and have a great night.